What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a rainy Friday evening here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the garage getting ready to have a beer with Loki the Attack Cat. Maybe he'll hop up in the chair. He's sitting over on his tower. The beer that I have today is Exit 157, which is a Belgian Style Cream Ale from Findlay Brewing right here in the town that I live in. This wasn't the beer that I'd planned to do a review on today. I had planned to do Ice Scream Brew Scream by Goose Island, and it sold, I guess they did a collabo with the Sheetz convenience stores, and was supposed to go on sale at 4 o'clock today. My daughter was driving up from Columbus, said she'd stop through and grab it for me. She was patiently waiting at 4 o'clock, called ahead of time to see if she could get it early. No, have to wait till 4. And then at 4 o'clock, they couldn't sell it because it wouldn't ring up in their computer systems. I went to Instagram to see what was going on there, and multiple people are having the same result. And you know, all I can think to myself is what a colossal failure this has to be. You made a big deal about the launch, and then when people show up ready for your product, you can't sell it to them. And because you're a large chain, you can't even say, hey, look, it's $10. Let's run it up as $9.99 grocery or whatever and sell it to the consumer. The product is right there. You know the price. But because the computer says no, you can't actually sell it to people. Mind-boggling. If you went to any small beer shop and had that same situation, they would basically just say, hey, look, it's $10, take it, whatever. Doesn't matter what your inventory shows. But this shows the lack of just kind of knowledge of these types of things and customer service skills. So really disappointed that I didn't get to try that beer. And at this point, I'm not going to try it. You get one chance at that. You burn people, forget about it. I won't be drinking it. But luckily, I did have this in the fridge, and I haven't reviewed it yet. And this just got released. I think there's only about 83 check-ins or so on Untapped. I picked it up for a holiday weekend. So seems like a fitting time. If we get lemons, we'll make lemonade, right? It's all we can do. Anyway, this is a Belgian cream ale, like I said, from Findlay Brewing. Have a little bit of a beer blurb on the back. It says, Exit 157 is our delectable yet beautifully simple Belgian style cream ale. We use European Pilsner malts and noble hops to bring out a bright, balanced, and clean tasting, perfect all-season beer. To find us, take Exit 157 on 575 and head east. Turn right on Main Street and left on Crawford. Proust. So that's the locations of the Findlay Brewing Company. All right, let's give it a shot. As far as reviews, it looks pretty good. 3.63 on Untapped, although, like I said, there's only 83 check-ins, so relatively small sample size. As far as Beer Advocate, wasn't on Beer Advocate. I think it only came out last week. I think I saw it on their Facebook or Instagram or somewhere. So, it's relatively new. And in my experience, Beer Advisor is always a bit slow. People check into Untapped readily, but Beer Advisor, I think you got to take a little more time and write up the reviews and those types of things, so you tend to see a lag there, and I guess it's just simply not as popular. All right, as far as the look, quite clear, looks nice and clean. Kind of a pale yellow color, white head, probably got about a finger and a half worth of white. That looks quite nice. Creamy, frothy head. Looks pretty good. Smell, light malt. A little bit of spiciness too. I dig cream ales. I know I talk about this stuff quite a bit on the program. Kolsch's, Pilsners, cream ales are very simple styles, but I quite like them, especially when the summer's around. I'd rather drink something like this than some of that light beer stuff other folks are drinking. These are lighter, they're not as heavy, but it still tastes like you're drinking a beer, not a seltzer water or a beer that's half beer and half sink water or something. It's just not for me. This one looks and smells pretty interesting. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Kind of light. I'd say it's probably lighter to medium bodied, but has a nice kind of creamy texture to it like you'd expect from a cream ale. It has that nice kind of creamy thing going on, malty going on. The one thing that's different in this, and this is I'm assuming because it's the Belgian cream ale, you kind of taste that little bit of spiciness like you'd get in, like the Belgian yeast, I guess, which definitely brings a different dynamic to this. I quite like a cream ale. I wouldn't want to drink 20 of them because they are, I guess, kind of a little bit plain or a little bit, a slight bit boring. But this is kind of like a cream ale, just taking up a little bit of, one notch more. 5.3% ABV, 19 IBUs. So it's not super hoppy. I think you notice that they're there, but it's not super hoppy. But that nice Belgian yeast kind of thing, whatever it is, it's got that nice taste, a little bit of spiciness to it. I think makes this a really solid beer. And if it was kind of something like this, or your regular run-of-the-mill cream ale, I think this gets the nudge over the line here because it tastes just a little bit better. It gives you a little bit of something else there. So you have that nice creamy beer you could chug, drink a bunch of them on a nice warm day, but you have that little extra dimension to it, which makes this quite good. So exit 157, Findlay Brewing Company, you would get a thumbs up. This is a good beer, and I look forward to drinking a couple more. Also, thank you guys for saving my ruined day, because Goose Island and Sheets failed to come through on something as simple as selling your own product when you said you would. So, these companies, they think they're too big to fail, right? Is what it is. I guess the day the day turned out all right? So we'll have a couple beers and relax, is what it is. Hey, if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Did you try to go purchase Ice Cream Brew Scream and not be able to buy it? I think Anderson managed to pick it up out in Cleveland, but other places ain't working. So, hey, is what it is. Till next time, cheers.